Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Yeah, absolutely. Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. Today, we're looking into visitor management systems,
Uh-huh.
specifically Teamgo.
Okay, yeah.
We got some really detailed info from their website, and it looks like we're trying to find a system that can streamline things and make security a lot tighter.
Gotcha.
So we're going to explore all that and more.
Sounds good.
It wasn't that long ago. Signing in was just pen and paper.
Yeah.
Now things are changing so fast.
It really is remarkable how quickly this is all changing. It's not just about keeping track of who's coming and going anymore.
Right.
It's about making a good experience for everyone coming in, and you get more control and information.
Yeah, for sure. One of the first things that stood out to me on their website was how much they can scale.
Okay.
Unlimited users, unlimited kiosks.
Wow.
It seems like they're ready for anything.
That's important these days. Businesses are always changing and growing.
Right.
They need a system that can keep up without being a total nightmare and, not breaking the bank.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so let's get into the features.
Right.
Teamgo is all about that modern contactless stuff with QR codes and mobile apps.
Uh-huh.
They even offer a free iPad app and a smartphone app.
Hmm.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it makes sense, though. Everyone uses their phones for everything now.
Right.
Making the basic tools free is a good move, too. It makes it much more approachable, especially for smaller companies.
Definitely. And here's where I got really interested.
Okay.
They have customizable branding. So you can make the whole system match your brand, from how the kiosks look to the emails people get.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen that before.
That just shows how important it is to have a good brand experience.
Uh-huh.
Even signing in can make a big impression on visitors.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Then there's the photo capture feature.
Right.
Seems simple, but I feel like there's more to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Taking photos of visitors is great for security and keeping records.
Okay.
It's another way to check who someone is and helps keep a better log of everyone who's been there.
And speaking of security, they have watch lists,
Mm.
and you can even block certain people from getting in.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a pretty good way to manage risks.
Yeah, it really shows they're thinking about keeping things safe.
Right.
You can flag people who might cause trouble and stop them from even coming in the building. It's all about being in control.
Definitely. Now, this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
They've got this thing called geofencing, so people can be signed in and out automatically based on where they are.
Oh, cool.
What'd you think about that?
It's got a lot of potential uses.
Yeah.
But for this, it's a total game changer.
Mm.
Think about it. Employees automatically signed in when they get close to the building.
Yeah.
No more messing with badges or forgetting to check in.
That's super convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen a lot of individual features, but how does this all work together?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example?
Let's say you're expecting a big client.
Okay.
You can put their info in the system ahead of time, and they'll get an invitation with a QR code.
Right.
When they get there, they just scan it at a kiosk.
Hmm.
And then their host automatically knows they're there. Super easy.
That does sound efficient,
No more waiting around or trying to get a hold of people.
and it probably makes a much better impression on the visitor.
Definitely. No awkward moments.
Right.
Everyone can focus on why they're there.
And we can't forget about schools, where safety is really important.
Yeah.
With Teamgo, you can keep track of when students come and go.
Uh-huh.
So only people who are supposed to be there can get in.
Right, right.
I bet parents would love that.
It really shows how versatile this kind of system can be.
Yeah.
You can use it for all kinds of places and situations.
And in a school, knowing exactly who's there is really important.
Absolutely.
And in an emergency, you can quickly see who's in the building and get everyone out safely.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
It's more than just knowing who's visiting. It's about everyone's safety.
Definitely. In those situations, every second counts.
Yeah.
Being able to see who's there and tell everyone what to do can be the difference between a good outcome and a bad one.
All right, so we've seen how Teamgo is ready for lots of users. They've got all those modern contactless features and apps, and they're really focused on security.
Right.
What else stands out to you?
One thing I was really impressed with is how much they care about data insights. They don't just log visits. They help you understand trends and patterns.
Oh, yeah, they have those real-time reporting features. What kind of data are we talking about?
So imagine being able to see how visitor traffic flows, peak hours, even popular spots in the building. You can use that info to make better decisions about staffing, how the building's laid out, even marketing.
I see. So you could find bottlenecks or areas that need more attention.
Exactly. It's all about turning data into action.
Right. And they seem to understand that keeping that data safe is just as important as collecting it.
Absolutely.
They talk about using encryption and multi-factor authentication to protect info in the cloud.
Yeah, which is important these days with all the data breaches you hear about.
Definitely, you don't want your visitor management system to make you more vulnerable.
For sure. And hey, speaking of security, what about that Teamgo Pass app?
Oh, yeah. What about that?
Looks like a pretty cool tool for employees and visitors.
Yeah, it seems like they really thought about how to make the visitor experience better with that app.
So employees can use it to sign in quickly, schedule visits, even sign guests out.
Mm.
And visitors can pre-register, get notifications, even see their visit records.
So it's like everyone has their own little visitor management control panel?
Right, in their pocket.
Exactly. I bet that's really helpful for people who visit a lot or contractors.
Oh, absolutely. And remember that geofencing we talked about?
Uh-huh.
Combine that with the app, automatic sign in and out, easy communication. It all just happens.
They really thought of everything. We've talked a lot about how this helps businesses, but what about the visitors?
Good question. Making visitors feel welcome is important for any organization.
Right.
And things like pre-registration, contactless check-in, clear communication all add up to a much smoother and more professional experience.
It's all about that first impression.
Right. Instead of dealing with paperwork or waiting in lines, they can check in quickly with a QR code on their phone.
Much easier. And if they need to sign something, Teamgo can do digital signatures.
Oh, right. I saw that.
That's good for efficiency and the environment.
Less paper to worry about.
No more mountains of forms.
It's better for the planet, and you're less likely to lose important documents.
It makes it easier to keep good records.
Definitely. And it helps with compliance, too.
Speaking of which, it seems like Teamgo really cares about meeting data privacy rules and standards.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They talk about data anonymization, secure cloud storage, following international security standards. It's clear they take it seriously.
That's a big deal for any company, especially if they work with sensitive info.
Yeah, you don't want a system that causes more problems down the road.
And it looks like they have great customer support, which is really important with any complicated software.
Oh, for sure. 24/7, live chat, email, online guides, even AI help.
Wow, that's a lot. It sounds like they really want their customers to be successful.
It shows they understand that even the easiest systems sometimes need a little extra help.
And they have specialists and account managers who can help tailor the system to what a business needs.
Right, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
It seems like they really want to make sure it's a good fit for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot, the features, the benefits, compliance, even customer support.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most impressive thing about Teamgo?
Honestly, I think it's how they approach everything. It's not just about one part of managing visitors.
Right.
They think about everything, from before the visitor even gets there to looking at the data after they leave. They want to make it better for everyone involved.
It's not just about getting rid of the sign-in sheet. It's about using tech to make things better for everyone.
Exactly, and make things more secure and efficient, too.
And they're always coming up with new stuff. They've got add-ons for everything. SMS notifications, visitor boards, even face recognition and managing contractors.
Wow, so they're really staying ahead of the game.
It seems like it. So if someone's looking for a visitor management system that does it all, can be customized, and is easy to use, would you say Teamgo is a good option?
Absolutely, I think it's worth checking out, especially for organizations that really care about security, efficiency, and making visitors feel welcome.
And don't forget, they have a free trial, so you can try it out risk-free.
Always a good idea. It's the best way to see if it works for you.
Okay, so we've gone over a lot of the technical stuff and what makes Teamgo good,
Uh-huh.
but it's always good to look at both sides. Are there any downsides or challenges to think about?
Yeah, good point. You always got to look at the whole picture. Teamgo seems great, but there are a few things to keep in mind. Like anything that relies on technology, it can be affected by outages or glitches.
Oh, that's true. What happens if the system crashes? Do they have backups?
That's a good question. You want to know how they deal with those situations, if it can work offline, and how they get things back up and running.
Right, you don't want to be stuck if something goes wrong.
And then there's the human factor. Not everyone is comfortable with tech, especially when it comes to sharing their info.
Yeah, that's true. There's always a learning curve with anything new.
It's important to train people and give them support so everyone feels good about using the system.
Makes sense. Even a well-designed system might need some extra help for some people.
Exactly. And even with the best tech, you need clear rules about data and privacy. Being transparent is really important for building trust with visitors and employees.
Definitely, it's not just about having the system, it's about using it the right way. It's true, we got to use this stuff responsibly.
Oh,
Well, we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
Everything from how Teamgo works to the bigger picture of visitor management systems.
It's been fascinating.
It has. So what are your final thoughts on Teamgo? What really stood out?
I think it's how dedicated they are to innovation. They're always trying to do new things with visitor management. And that add-on marketplace, I think it means they're building something that can change as things change.
It's amazing how far we've come. From pen and paper to these systems that can do so much.
Right.
More security, more efficiency, even valuable insights from the data.
It really shows how tech can solve problems.
And speaking of opportunities, let's wrap this up with something to think about.
Okay.
As we rely more and more on tech for visitor management, I think we have to find the right balance
Balance.
between convenience and privacy.
Yeah, good point.
How can we use these amazing tools, but still respect everyone's privacy and use data the right way?
That's a big question.
It is. It's something to think about as technology keeps advancing. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Teamgo and visitor management systems.
You're welcome.
I hope you found it useful.
I did.
Be sure to check the show notes for links to Teamgo's website and all the other resources we talked about.
Good stuff.
Until next time, keep exploring.